Leaving on a trip worldwide is like buckling in for a ride on a wild roller coaster. There's the thrill at the start, the dizzying drop, and the occasional pang for safety. This is a comprehensive look at the top 9 countries that made expats question whether or not their passport was joking with them. Each location has its unique story to tell, from cultural missteps to financial disasters, and they all include elements of humor, caution, mystery, and a touch of nostalgia for simpler times. But before starting, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And now, let's get started. 9. Greece. Greece has a lure with its ancient sites and blue waters, but its economic problems always remind visitors to leave. Many foreign workers felt that they had been thrust into a Greek tragedy during the economic downturn of the late 2000s. Here, bureaucracy is so typical it could be an Olympic event. Attempting to organize your documentation could make you feel you require a doctorate in Greek law. What about home ownership? It's a riddle inside a mystery, if you will. After a few glasses of ouzo by the Aegean, all that red tape may seem like a distant memory. 8. Spain. Siestas are revered in Spain, and the country operates at a snail's pace. Nonetheless, life in Spain is not all siestas and flamenco. The financial crisis of 2008 has not yet fully recovered from its effects on the economy. Sometimes, finding a job is like looking for a unicorn. And let's not even talk about dealing with the bureaucracy. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while blindfolded when dealing with Spanish paperwork. However, at least the Pala makes it all worthwhile. How about watching the sunset over the Mediterranean? In a way, they do resemble dreamlike elements. 7. Australia. This is Australia, where everyone and everything is out to get you. The home of dangerous animals, including snakes, spiders, and kangaroos, can send you flying into the following week. But that's not the only thing that could make you nervous. The vast distances here seem right out of a science fiction movie. If you want to travel across this large country, you'll need a spaceship, not a car. To say, "I'll just pop over to the next city" is the equivalent of saying, "I'll just pop over to the moon" in other parts of the world. Now, let's talk about being on your own. When you're on the other side of the world from your loved ones, instant messaging apps like Skype and WhatsApp become essential. Where do you stand in time zones? They have become your new worst foes. 6. United Kingdom. Gray sky and long lines are nearly a national pastime in the UK. You may want to stroll in, grab a cup of tea, and go about the rest of your day. And yet, this is not merely a nation of scones and kings. Cities like London might feel like daylight robbery due to the high cost of living expense. The price of a gallon of milk could require you to take out a loan merely to buy it. And let's not even broach the topic of rent. It's like a real-life version of Monopoly, except for the pass, go, and collect $200 card. Plus, the climate. You'll quickly learn that an umbrella is far more critical than a cell phone. It's an endless struggle against the weather. At least you'll have some great anecdotes about the weather disasters. 5. South Korea. Culturally prosperous South Korea is known for much more than kimchi and K-pop. It's a place where the drive to succeed academically is amplified to unprecedented heights. To say that taking exams is exam hell is an overstatement. Your kids will be so swamped with schoolwork that you may question whether extra hours are in the day. The pressure to succeed can be as great as if bedtime stories were swapped out for math drills and science examinations. Academics aren't the only thing that sets South Korea apart. The cultural intricacies of this country are fascinating, and one of the most intriguing is the concept of jung. It's the unspoken norm that keeps Koreans together. Relationships in South Korea are a delicate dance where recognizing and respecting these hidden links is essential because of the strong sense of connection and belonging that goes beyond words. Exploring this fascinating and complex jung can sometimes feel lost in a foreign land without a map. Speaking of social norms, if you want to make a good impression on your Korean boss or coworkers, you need to know what not to do, especially regarding alcohol. At parties, the ubiquitous Korean alcoholic drink soju is served in abundance. However, if you're not prepared to wake up with a world-class hangover, it can be a risky endeavor to try to match your Korean counterpart's drink for a drink. It's important to balance being kind and being realistic about your abilities. 4. China. China is a place of potential, yet communication may be as difficult as crossing the Great Wall. It may feel like trying to decipher ancient hieroglyphics if you learn Mandarin. It's like a game of culinary roulette every time you place an order. Cultural norms differ significantly. Jumping the clue is a national pastime, and your personal space may seem more like a suggestion than a guarantee. And of course, there's the widespread contamination of the air. Sometimes, you may feel like you're breathing haze instead of air. Here, masks aren't just practical against the flu, but also a fashion statement. 3. Qatar. The future in Qatar is as promising as the blazing heat of the desert. The kafala system is a catch, though. There is an unseen leash connecting you to your boss. Their control over your legal status can make for awkward social settings. Not to mention the climate. Think of a fully engaged oven. The local summers are no joke. Your appreciation for modern conveniences like air conditioning may change. Dissimilarities in culture. Yes, without a doubt. One area where this is especially true is in the area of gender roles. It's like entering a time machine that transports you to a time when things were different. 2. France. The allure of France, once a shining example of culture and romance, can be a siren song that leads some people to experience regret. A key contributor to the problem is the escalating expense of living, which might be compared to an unrelenting storm. The financial pressure can be crushing, especially considering the costly rentals in Paris and the high food prices. Expats often need help finding work, leaving them floundering in a sea of ambiguity. The intricacies of negotiating bureaucracy and social standards might make you feel as if you are in the eye of a never-ending storm. Cultural differences can also be a stormy tide. Amidst all of this, one's hopes for a life that looks like a painting can swiftly fade away, leaving a panorama of disillusionment in their wake. 1. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, a land where old customs and modern aspirations coexist. But wait a minute, there's more to this town than meets the eye. There's no denying the allure of a foreign land, but now the harsh light of day must be shone upon you. Let's start with the obvious cultural gaps. Making sense of the law can be challenging, especially regarding women's rights. Put your driving privileges and personal style on hold. The importance of cultural norms cannot be overstated here. And let's not overlook the climate. Think twice if you can't stand being constantly blasted by a hairdryer's worth of heat. During the summer, Saudi Arabia can feel like a pizza oven. Those warm winters at home will be sorely missed. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.